morning. Hello, I'm Mutia Atika, and I'm here to present in motion this house would criminalize individuals or organization who do not recycle as the first speaker of the government team or as known as prime minister. I'm gonna start with many people in this society just throw their garbage or trashes anywhere. Mostly they throw it to the river or perhaps just burn it without considering the impact to other people of the environment, or maybe thrown it in the random street near their house, mostly. We take an example like when they just throw their waste to the river without recycling it first, the trash will pollute the river. And the more they throw it, the river can turn so dirty. Imagine there's people that still use those river for their water sources, perhaps to do shower, to wash their things, even to cook. They're gonna use and consume something that contains a lot of pollution, which definitely unhealthy and bad for them. I'm fully agree that the individuals or the organizations that caught just throw their waste without doing the recycle process should be criminalized because of three reasons. First, recycling process would turn the trash into something that may useful for life. For example, like a bag that can made from a detergent wrap waste. Or maybe you can make a plastic bottle garden that not really require a huge field. So you can just like make it at home or make it in like a small corner, yet still useful. You may plant vegetables or fruits for your daily needs or plant a flower so you can make a pretty views around your house. And nowadays you can find a lot of tutorial to do something like this, to do like make a bag from the detergent wrap waste or make a plastic bottle garden. There's a lot of platform that are gonna like give you a lot of tutorial sources to do this kind of activities, this kind of stuff. You can find it on YouTube or Google for an example for an open source that you can access. You can freely access. Second, we can also make sure that no one get disadvantages from the waste that is thrown carelessly. Then it makes the water source there like the river dirty and cannot really be used for people's needs. And as you know, there's a lot of floods disaster that really around us, and mostly it caused by a dirty river and trash or waste that thrown carelessly. So somehow it makes the river dirty. Also can cause a flood. And with with recycling, we can make a lot of things more useful and can turn a thing that perhaps we seen it as just a trash into something usable, like the bag from detergent wrap waste, or make a garden like I mentioned earlier. And to add, many people may be thrown, or perhaps they thrown their garbage at the random street. It make people somehow and sometimes found it hard to cross, or even when their street is not really that big, it's not really that wide, it's gonna make people found it hard to cross or to access the road, which it can give them a disadvantages or like they doesn't really have to take those consequences because they're not the one who did it. And the street becomes like dirty, unhealthy, and it's not really good for our health because we can across that street maybe in daily or every single day we want to just walk or do our activities outdoor. Third, criminalize those who not doing recycle process. Make them realize that they can gave other people disadvantages without realizing, and they just kept doing it without knowing that they can make people suffer. Like for example, a man, because of cooking the pollute water, a man got diarrhea, or even like more chronic diseases like cholera. And cholera is not really a disease that we found a lot in daily. So this criminalize them would make them see and know that what they've done because someone gave them punishment. In conclusion, if no one wouldn't take a step to remind these people about the consequences of throwing their trash or waste, then we agree that criminalize them to make them realize that they may or can make other people suffer. Would they think that trash or waste is just a thing that should be just thrown carelessly at random? There's a big potential they'll see things unseen, like many people sick because of their waste that thrown at random. And one example that they might not realize too is with burn their waste without real recycling it can affect people to have a problem with their breathing process. If there anyone wants to take responsibility for that other than the one who did it, that kind of action? Okay, well, I think that's all from the government team. Thank you.